right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Welcome to Marriage.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How y'all feeling today? Let me make sure I get that cleaned up real nice. How y'all doing today? Oh, man, it's another beautiful Wednesday. And what can I say? Life is just, doing its thing right now. Not all bad, not all good, but it's just a bit of a balancing act right now, So, but for the most part, you just got to keep pushing forward one step at a time. You keep moving forward, you ain't got to worry about going back. Sometimes we may fall down and stumble, but that don't mean we can't keep on moving forward. We can't keep going. This past week for me, man, has just been challenging to really get some rest. It's been tough trying to sleep. I've been doing better with eating, though. I'll say that much for sure. I can actually feel my body being upset that I keep changing, one, my dieting habits, two, I'm not consistently eating enough like I should be. And my body, I can feel it letting me know, like, bro, you need to get it together. So I've been working on that, working on a nice diet and plan where I can make sure I eat enough throughout the day. I don't forget to eat throughout the day. Make sure I'm drinking more than enough water, because enough is not working. So I need more than enough. And it's just been a little balancing act, especially with, mental challenges, instability, things like that going on. Oh, it just makes it a little, it just makes it a little challenging for you, doing everything and getting things done. Oh, didn't know what to do. Sorry, that was one of my little gremlins that just passed through the background. I thought they were all put up in their room. Not to say they put up in a room like that, but I thought they were all in a room. The long story short, man, it's just been more so me trying to figure out a nice game plan to attack everything in a healthy way, without overloading myself, without overwhelming myself, for the most part. And I'm not saying I'm the best. I definitely need a lot of practice at it, but I will say the more I try, the easier it becomes. Take it every day, it becomes a little easier. So I'm happy about that. Shout out to my support system, man. First and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to my wife. We have just been, clicking on a whole nother level within this past year or two. And it's amazing. It's great to be here. We've been through a lot, tough times. Next month makes it 17 years. So we've been through a lot. But ultimately, it's just like right now with everything going on with both of us, if we have anything going on, we're there to support each other and be there for each other. And man, just being so united feels so great. You know what I mean? It feels amazing to know that you have a partner that you can rely on. And that's on both ends. I can rely on her. She can rely on me. One that she knows is going to be there. Yeah, we're going to fight, argue, but, who doesn't? We'll get through it like we've been doing. So I want to give her a shout out, though, because it's just lately we've been on this great path and great road, and I don't think I'll talk about it enough to you all. So I just want to bring that up and say, I'm happy about that we were able to be on such a great path. We both had some growing to do, some maturing to do. We both had things we needed to approach better and deal with better. And, we've been doing that, and we've been doing it with each other. So it's just great. It's a great foundation for anything that comes our way when we have to deal with a problem. When it comes to the kids, we're great. When it comes to our home, we're good. We attack every situation together. It's just great. Again, it's really, really great to hear. All in all, though, this last week has just been a little more challenging for me, just due to the fact that Again, I don't know what it is. I haven't been sleeping that well. Normally, I can get some decent sleep at least, and I ain't been able to do that. Um, Again, my eating habits, like I forget to eat. I forget that I even have food available. I'll cook a whole meal and I don't even eat myself. So I gotta fix that. I'm working on it. I'm not, I haven't gotten it there just yet, but I'm working on it. I gotta fix it. But all in all, man, it had me feeling like that, when you're going through dark times and tough times, you're just like, what do you really do to get out of it? How do you really deal with that? And a couple of the fellas, we was talking, I want to say, actually, it was last week and the week before. And when what they were expressing is that they don't know how to really express going through a tough time, going through a hard time. They know that they have to get through it and they got to grow through it, of course, for sure. But they say expressing what it feels like, it's just kind of like, I can't do it. But I get it is because we don't want to tell nobody we weak or vulnerable because that's what these dark times and tough times mean. So we don't really want to shout it out to the world that we as men are vulnerable or we're weak about something or we have a weakness at something or within something. And we just kind of hold it all in. That's how we do it. So not being able to express it, at least my opinion is just that most of the time we don't want to express that we're weak or we need help with something or, we feel down about something. We kind of just want to do what society used to tell us. Figure it out. But we don't got to do that no more. We don't have to do that no more. But I do want to talk about that today because seeing my friends and close ones talk about that and close loved ones talk about it, I just feel like maybe it is something that needs to be brought a little more attention to. Like maybe people need to understand that there's a better way to go about it, a healthier way to go about it. Yes, I'm a firm believer in tough times and dark times do not last, but tough people do. I'm a firm believer in that. So I feel like we all go through tough times. We all go through dark times. Yes, we all have our way of expressing them, but I just kind of want to. I just put something together to talk to my fellas today, man, to let y'all know, like we have outlets, we have ways to really get around stuff like that. It really is like it's. I know I'm gonna say this and it's not gonna sound right, but it's easier than you think. It really is. Of course, y'all know you're here with me today. But tonight I do want to do some deep diving. Okay, I really do. So it's just something real, something every man faces, but not every man talks about. Going through tough and dark times as men, we carry a lot pressure, expectations, fear, pain. Often we don't even feel like we can talk about it, right? We feel like we can't say it because if we do, we're going to get judged or we're going to get misunderstood. But tonight I want to just open up that space because I believe we can. I believe we can make it through, and we can do it in a way that protects our mental and emotional health, right? So we don't have to just feel like, oh, we can't, we can't, we can't. We have to do this, we have to do that. I honestly just feel like we should be able to know we have the space to actually speak about what we're going through, talk about what we're going through without feeling judged, without feeling misunderstood, without feeling betrayed because you feel like somebody used your words against you. I just feel like there are better ways and opportunities for us to release that expressions, or release those expressions, I should say, without so much really, I don't know, just holding it in, hiding it. I feel like there's more to it than just sitting there trying to say I'm good and not really wanting to speak up about it because mentally, let me paint a picture for you. We mentally paint this picture and say, hey, I'm good. I'm going to figure it out. And at the same time, we are mentally fighting ourselves to wonder how we're going to figure it out. Right? At least that's me. I believe that's most men. So I feel like we put that pressure on ourselves for no reason. Right? Perfect example. I was talking to Diamond about something with one of the kids. So normally, the oldest two, I drop off and pick up from school. But I was talking to her about having to do. Oh, that's what it was. I had a cremation witnessing with the first job the other day, and I needed to make sure the kids got picked up, and just communicating that to her that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick up the kids. And she was like, "Oh, it's cool because I'm off at 2 today, so I can do it." Completely let my worries go. I stopped stressing myself out. I moved on to the next thing. But that one little statement, and speaking of, I know that was small, but that one little statement is kind of like the reassurance that helps you realize that, damn, I actually could get some help out here to get this done. My mother the other day, I'm calling her. I'm like, hey, or she on the phone with me. I get caught in a traffic jam, and I'm like, oh man, I'm on the way. Let me call. I'm gonna call you right back. I gotta call the school and let them know I'm gonna be a little late getting the kids because there's a lot of traffic. She goes, oh well, I'll just go get them. 6 minutes away is what she was. She's like, I'll go get them. I was like, oh, thank you. Okay, great. So my mom went and got the kids, went and got the oldest two for me. That took a lot off my plate. I didn't have to stress about trying to get to the school before they call CPS. Y'all know how that is. You leave them kids at that school longer than 30 minutes to an hour, they're going to call CPS on you and tell them to come get your kids. You got to go pick them up from the building. I ain't trying to go through that. I ain't dealing with that. I've seen too many stories, heard too many stories. I need to let them know I was on the way. But good looking out to my mom. But all I'm just saying is those little small statements, Shan, that I need some help. Even though they didn't specifically say I need help, it's more so as I'm trying to figure this out. And I got the help I needed, right? Just speaking up and expressing it. So holding it in all the time when you want to force yourself to figure it out because you feel like you got to do it on your own, you're going to stress yourself out. Some of these mental issues we putting ourselves there. I mean, I understand that a lot of the choices we make will get us here in the first place. But I do understand a lot of people don't know that there are resources available to work through it if you think you're having mental issues. So it's just like a double-edged sword, so to say. I just say find help and get some help wherever you can. The first step is getting through the darkness is recognition. Like you got to realize something is going on. A lot of us try to push through, act like we're okay. But the truth is, pain ignored doesn't go away. I really like that one because it really grows. It grows. Dark times come in all forms. Whether you're losing a loved one, I'm sure we've all lost a loved one before. I lost my brother. May he rest in peace. I keep some of his cremated remains around my neck now. You know what I mean? I just keep them with me wherever I can. But that was a tough time for me. You feel me? That was a very, very tough time for me. Financial pressure. I have a wife and 4 kids. Anytime there's a bill that looks like it can't be paid, I ain't gonna lie. Every day I wake up and I go to work and make sure I do these 2 jobs, my side hustles to make sure my family taken care of. Because of that, I don't want to be in a financial pressure to make sure my family can be taken care of. My wife went back to work because she chose to go back to work. That's all that was. She wanted to make sure she wanted to go back to work. Relationship struggles, like, oh God, relationship struggles. Like, when you have relationship struggles, it's tough because you're sitting there like, this person is the person that I feel like I'm supposed to go to when I'm having issues. I should be able to vent to them and talk to them or let them know what's going on, but I can't even express myself because I'm scared they're going to use it against me, or I'm scared that they're not going to hear me out, or they're not going to listen. And your relationship is struggling because y'all can't communicate well. First and foremost, if all you can do is communicate in your relationship, I feel like that's an issue. You shouldn't be able to just communicate. You should be able to comprehend as well. I know I kind of twisted y'all there with that one. Didn't expect that one to come, did you? But I feel like that when it comes to communication, you should be able to comprehend as well. Because if all you can do is communicate, I say it like this: you might just be talking to a door. Because if that person don't understand, if you can't understand or they can't understand what's being said, what's being expressed, it's like knocking at a door that doesn't open. Unfortunately, in my eyes. What else is it? Not feeling like you're enough, or just being tired of life hitting you over and over again. And that's kind of where my mental has been at these last few months. I feel like no matter how many steps I move forward, life is knocking me back. It's not self control or self done. What do you call that? Self inflicted wounds. Because I put myself in situations where I have to get myself out and I have to do better because I shouldn't have been there in the first place. Whether it's me being naive or not understanding or just thinking that somebody is really trying to help you, whatever the case may be, that's not the case. You just have to always check your bases, always follow up and make sure that everything you check, everything you do, you make sure you do your follow-up. CYA, cover your ass, and I've learned that a lot in the past month and a half. Trust me, I've learned that a lot. Everybody's not out to help you. Some people, you're just out to get you. One thing I want you to know it is okay to say that I'm not okay right now. I've Diamond knows that. I've told her that, but just because I'm not okay right now doesn't mean I'm not trying to move forward, move past, or do better. Just because I'm not okay right now doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and dwell in my misery or my sorrow and just not try to do anything to make it better. Yes, I understand that I'm okay right now, or I'm not okay right now. I understand that that does not make me weak. That does not make you weak. You know, what I do understand is it's me being honest with myself and everyone around me so they know exactly what's going on, right? That way we have full transparency and we can all get through things in a different way, a different light together. One thing I will say is if you're not honest with your support system, how they gonna support you? Hey, to each his own, to each his own. Um, Fellas, if you can recognize when your light is dimming, when you can recognize when there's something going on where it's changing your entire character, where it's making you feel less of who you are, oh, I want I want you to move toward finding your way back away from that. Don't let that pull you in and drag you down and make you feel like you're really not worth what you are. You really can't move in a place that you are. Like every one good phrase I love is there's always light at the end of every dark tunnel, you know? And honestly, me personally, I have to remember that on a personal level because as many dark tunnels as I go through, again, sometimes I drive myself right on in them. As many dark tunnels as I go through, I have to remember to pull myself back. And I'm glad I have that support system to remind me exactly the kind of man I am and who I am. Nobody is perfect, fellas. Nobody. So please don't try to be perfect. None of us can be perfect. We won't ever be perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. We are meant to be human. Simple as that. We're meant to be human. Um, you have to allow yourself, give yourself permission to actually feel. Like you can't just, how do I say it? Keep holding off that something is wrong with you. Like as men, we're taught to suppress our emotions, to man up, you know what I mean? And to be the rock. But even rocks crack under pressure. Let's be real. Show me one rock that didn't put under a what you call those things, them steel things that push down with like so much pressure. They break and fold every time. They break and fold every time. What that is trying to say is that no matter how tough you think you are, there is something heavy enough in this world to break you. There is something that can possibly break you in this world, and you just have to accept that. Nothing is indestructible. Nothing, except for my faith in Jesus Christ and God. That's definitely indestructible. Sorry, let me be serious, but I am being serious. That's definitely not indestructible. Um, but in all fairness, in all honesty, you got to give yourself permission to really feel. If you're angry, frustrated, hurt, sad, whatever the case may be, feel that. Like sit with it. Cry if you need to. And if you don't like crying, I tell you all the time, man, go get in the shower. Who gonna tell that you're crying? It's the water hitting your face too. Who gonna tell? Easy, easy money. Go cry about it if you need to. It's okay. Let it out. Journal it. I do poetry. I do poetry. That helped me out a lot. My favorite one. Pray about it. Pray about it. Tell God, ask Jesus to help you through it. Ask him to guide you in the right direction and get you through this mental stability, this mental crisis, whatever it is you're going through, whatever dark moment you think you're in, ask them to help you see the light that you're looking for. And I guarantee you they'll show you the way. I guarantee you. All things can be done through Jesus Christ. Amen. Oh, surprised my kids ain't shout out amen. They probably didn't hear me. But suppressing your emotions, it doesn't make you stronger. You may think you're stronger because you're holding so much in. But in all fairness, it makes you colder. It distances you from people. You don't want to feel nothing no more. You don't want to be around nobody. You don't want to deal with nobody. None of that. Because at this point in your life, you have so much built in that you don't know how to let it out. You don't. You know what happens over time? That coldness affects how you love, how you lead, and how you live. It does. I cannot tell you how many times I had to come to a realization in the last couple of years alone that me being distant, standoffish, regardless of wherever I stand in my relationship, it is definitely not helping me. I was just an asshole. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I was. And I thought because of that, because I didn't feel and I didn't have to worry about my feelings getting hurt or being involved, I could just be an asshole. And boy, how wrong was I? It's like I disconnected from humanity because I felt like it was just easier to be mean to everybody and rude than to sit up there and realize that there were other options. No matter who's in the situation, there are other options. Real strength is actually feeling it all and still standing up, still knowing that between or no matter what's going to happen and what's going on, you're going to make it through it. You're going to get through it. That's what real strength is. Knowing that you got to feel everything, go through it, get through it, and come out even better and stronger. You want to get stronger? As men, we want to get stronger, right? Why not go ahead and get with your mental? Get that stronger too. More discipline, more self-control, self-respect. You start somewhere. Take care of responsibilities. I guarantee you, man. I think a lot of men, and again, I'm not trying to hold y'all or make y'all feel like that y'all talking down on y'all. I care enough to talk to y'all because I wanted to get better and be better because I've been there myself. I'm speaking from a place of experience of things that I've come from and been through. That's all it is. I think that we are so set on being cold and not feeling or expressing ourselves that if we took care of that mental and started doing things the way we needed to, you see a big turnaround on how some of these men are dealing with life in general. I think that suicide number of men killing themselves every 40 seconds would definitely dilute and go, I don't know where it would go to, but I'm sure it would definitely be, um, a bigger gap than what it is now. I hate talking about it because it just sucks to hear that, but it is what it is. It's life, you know. Um, but I'm telling you, man, things like that we don't know how to really take care of our mental, know where to go, what to do, where the resources are. So we just end up, feeling like there's only one other way out. And I'm here to tell y'all, man, as a survivor, as a guy that wanted to do that plenty of times, I am so happy I did it. I'm happy I pushed through and I kept going, I kept moving, because now I have the motivation, the strength, and the agility to be able to say anything I face, I will be able to get through that. I guarantee you. And if I can't get through it alone, Jesus is right there with me. Got me, full control, full speed, pushing me ahead. I kid you not. And if ands or buts about it no more. Ain't no if ands or buts about it. I kid you not. Um, when the darkness gets heavy like that to me, what did I say I do? Y'all call on Tyrone? I'm gonna call on Jehovah, on God. I'm gonna call on God. You feel me? I lean on faith, man. I've seen what prayer and stillness can do. Sometimes you just have to sit quietly and say, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I trust you'll get me through it. Even if your faith isn't religious, find something to believe in. You got a purpose, something that you want to do or be in life. You have a goal that you want to set in life. You have kids, because if you got more than one kid, you got more than one reason right there. More than one reason right there. The idea that tomorrow can be better is probably the one I love talking about, is because every day you get up and try to push to do better, it will be looking better out for you. It may not be the turnaround you want the next day, but each day will progress productively and better for you. What I feel like, right? You got to take care of your mind like you take care of your grind, like you take care of your bills, your hustle, your responsibilities. Your mind should be right there, top priority with all of that. I kid you not, it should be. Um, some of y'all, it may not be, but please, if it's not where it need to be, just take a reset, right? Just take a reset, step away from the toxic spaces, social media arguments, or people who drain you. Protect your peace like it's your paycheck. And the way you clock in to work every single week to make sure you get your paycheck, you need to know with your mental. If you got somebody that's argumentative and they want to fight and argue and trip all the time, take a break away from them for a minute, because obviously you don't need them around you. If you're in an environment where all I can do is talk about messy stuff and gossiping and nothing but negativity, you need to change your environment and get in something different. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot, one of my favorite quotes, you cannot heal in the same environment that got you sick. You can't. It ain't possible. It ain't possible at all. Now, we all know we need healthy ways to cope, healthy ways to go about things. I'm sure you all understand that you need a healthy way to go about situation to situation. But when you're going through dark times, yeah, it's easy to fall into bad habits. I'll give you that much. Into go through tough times or hard times, I feel like I want to go back to liquor, drinking, or drugs, maybe something that'll alleviate the pain. But I realize how far I've come and how many years I've been able to stay away from all of that so that I can mentally prepare myself in a healthy way, in the best way possible to my ability at the moment. Um, I thought coping was just me being able to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm not doing this. I'm finna go drink. I'm finna go party. I'm finna go forget about it for the night. That's when I realized that I needed a healthier way to cope because I'm drinking and all of that, putting myself in deeper debt or deeper issues when I need to be probably picking up the Bible, reading the scripture. Maybe I need to go talk to somebody, take a walk, for example. You know what I mean? Get do something that's productive that will literally get my mind and my mental in a place where I can actually deal with the issue, not hide from it. I'm sorry, I don't want to hide from it. Um, I thought hiding was cool till I realized that your problems don't care where you play hide and seek at. They gonna find you. They gonna find you. They gonna find you. Um, what isolating? I had to apologize to my wife and kids about that because even though I may still participate in family things, mentally I wasn't there. Mentally, I'm like, okay, let's do this, but mentally I'm somewhere else. And it's not like they did anything, but it's just like when life is so hard or heavy, you don't realize that you're isolating yourself from it. You know, man, lashing out. This was to my kids. I apologize so deeply. I caught it one time, and I told myself when I caught that I would never do that to them again. I caught that something had upset me that day. I got into an argument, something was going on, and my kids did one little thing wrong, and I yelled at them, and I didn't even have to. So I sat down for like 30 minutes and I realized what happened. And I went in the room and I apologized to them. I told them what was going on and I explained, again, apologized again because they didn't deserve it. And I just, I had to be there for them with that one because I had to realize that, damn, you isolating yourself from the family. Now you lashing out on them when they ain't did nothing to you. My favorite thing now, if there's something going on and me and Diamond are trying to conversate, I'll always say, hey, can you please just give me a minute because I'm having an issue with something and I don't want to take it out on you or the kids because y'all don't deserve it. So let me just deal with this and then we'll get there. I love that I can do that now because it's like, oh, y'all understood that. Cool. All right. Thank you. Now let me focus on this instead of it. They not listening to me. Now I'm going back and forth with that. Plus the other issue I'm dealing with. I had to take control of that. You feel me? I had to take control of that. I really did. But I'm glad I did. And like chasing distractions because again, there's so many distractions that we don't need. I will tell you this: if you are a single man and you don't have it all together, but you want to have a woman by your side, you're chasing a distraction. I think you should at least make sure there's some kind of stability you have going on, and then you can worry about having a woman on your side. Am I saying that you can't be with a woman for years and then fall off and not worry about it? That's different. Y'all can help each other get back up. But I think if you're an adult male and you have fallen off and you are single, I think the first priority is getting on your feet, taking care of your mental, and then going forth and making sure that can be taken care of. Um, hey, but listen, that's just me. Distractions can be also you partying too much. That's a distraction. Drugs, that's a distraction. Liquor, alcohol, that's a distraction. Um, Chasing distractions that are not healthy for you are going to put you in a darker place, at least in my opinion or in my life, it did. I had to realize that it was tough that I had to go through it, but I did. I went through it and I built through it. It is what it is. Um, Let me see here. What is another one for you? Oh, how about this? I'm not even gonna bring up any more of the negative. Let me talk about healthy ways, right? The healthiest way to get through is to find coping strategies that actually feed your mind and spirit. Some strategies include physical movement, so exercising. Y'all know I've been in the gym these last few months. I've been in. Oh, you lucky I got the long sleeve on and not the turtleneck because the turtleneck the other day was showing a little. I was out. Let me get back to it. But exercising, walking, stretching, talk it out. Find one person you can be honest with. That's where Sydney is my best friend, and that's where she comes in so handy because she knows me so well. I can be completely 1,000% transparent, just like I'm um, just like I would want to do with anybody, 1,000% transparent, and I can get the full expression of what she has to say, but I can hear her and be like, okay, cool, I got you, bam. For example, I could say, well, me and Diamond got into it again, and I don't understand that she keep wanting to this and that. Like, I'm tired of her, so I told her, like, if you don't want to, I'm a, and she can sit up there and say, okay, friend, listen, I understand that you were upset because you had already repeated yourself, but maybe if you would have said something like, hey, this is making me upset because I had already asked you this amount of times and you didn't do it, or this didn't happen, and I'm just wondering why that didn't happen. And I'll look at that and be like, wait, actually, you know what? Actually, I think that would have been a way better response, because maybe if I would have calmed down and thought about saying that instead, we wouldn't even got to that point. Like, it's great to have that person to talk to, or if it's just things in life in general, I'm like, hey, listen, I got to pay this bill tomorrow, and I got this bill next week, but I also got to pay this bill, which is the day after the one next week. But then if I do that, I don't know what I'm gonna do about funds, about what if the kids need something, and it'll be more like, hey, calm down. Let's talk about priorities. What needs to get paid? What has to be paid? Let's talk about that first, right? It's great to have that person you can go to, and they can understand and be there for you when you're going through those tough and dark times. Am I telling you to just go talk to any and everybody? A therapist, you can. It don't matter. A therapist is really cool to talk to. We can all talk to therapists. If you want to go get therapy, a therapist is good too. But if you can't afford all of that, find a really good friend, man. Because I'm telling you, I know y'all be like, I don't want to open up and talk to nobody, but I'm telling you, as a man, I'm 33 years old. I'm a father of 4. I'm a husband. I'm telling you right now, I am so happy I have that person to talk to. Otherwise, I don't know how long I would have been able to make this last, having a family. I'm going to just be honest. I think somewhere down that road, I would have derailed off of self-inflicted wounds, and I would have interrupted and ruined this entire thing in process. That's just me being completely honest and transparent. That's how I feel about it. So I am glad glad to be where I am now. You also have creative outlets. You can write, like I said earlier, I do poetry. You can draw. You can build. You can make music. And I don't mean building on Minecraft, and I mean in real life. Routine. Structure gives your mind stability. Can I tell y'all how happy I am that I have routine now? Y'all know I used to stay up all kind of nights. Like, I didn't care. It didn't matter. It didn't worry. Now I make sure I'm in bed at 11 o'clock at the latest. Speak to a licensed therapist or a stranger. Do not discuss your mental issues with a friend. You know what? I completely agree, actually. I like that. Speak to a licensed therapist or stranger. Do not discuss your mental issues with a friend. You know what? You heard it here first. I agree with that one, actually. I like the way that sounds. Please, if you need help finding licensed therapists, I will do my best to help you out if you can't find it yourself. I will do my best. Let me see. Here's another one. Don't just survive the dark. Learn from it. Let me put a little emphasis on this. Most people will make it through something, and we'll just be like, "Whoo, I made it through. I'm good. I made it through. The light is here. It's another day. I made it through." But do you understand? Not mental, marital. Do you understand that what I got from that was every time I go through something dark, I'm going through tough times, I'm not just looking for the way out. I am studying every inch of that dark space I'm in, because I want to do what I can to keep myself away from it and out of it for the next time. Every dark space is different, but from time to time, they seem to align. So it says, don't just survive the dark, learn from it. Learn why you're there, what made you get there, how you can prevent yourself from going back to that dark space, how you can prevent yourself from actually falling or tumbling into that dark space. Whatever you want to call it, learn from your decisions. Learn from your decision making. That's what I will say. I want to put this as healthy and positive as possible. When you're in a dark space, don't just look for the way out and run through when you see it. No. When you're in a dark space, figure out why you're there, what led you there, what got you there, and what decisions you need to make in the future to keep you from going back there. That's what I can say to that one, because, man, you just got to do better. We don't take losses around here. If you listen to me, If you didn't heard me talk before, if you didn't heard me give a little speech, we don't take losses over here. We learn lessons. Every L we take is a lesson to be learned. Simple as that. That's all it is. We learn to do better for the next time, if there is a next time. Because some of these things we learn to make sure there isn't a next time. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. So if you are listening right now, if you are listening and you feel like you're in that dark space, just know that you are not alone, man. Fellas, know that you are not alone at all. There's somebody out there who understands exactly how you feel. If you've got kids, they care. If you've got family, they care. If nobody else seems to be there, if nobody else at all seems to be there, just know something. I care. I do. I care so much that I'll make sure to try to come out here and speak every time I can to convince you that there is somebody out here that will listen to you, because I'd rather hear about you and your problems than hear your eulogy. That's what it is. As simple as that. Simple as that. We want to, I want to, I think we want to. I see it's more normal, or I see it in society more often, but I want to make it to the point where it's not being talked about because it's happening. Let's make it more of a regular thing for a fella to fella check in. You know what I mean? Man to man. I just want to check in and see how you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I have fully understood in this past year alone that there are men out here that care about my well being just to make sure that I'm okay. They want to make sure my mental is right. There are other men out here, they ain't got to be related to me. They ain't got to be nothing. They just want the best for me. And I've come to realize that there are people out here that really want to see you do better and be better. But you have to want it for yourself. These people will not sit here and try to help you do better if all you want to do is stay in that dark hole. They're going to look at you like, what you doing down there? We already gave you the ladder. Just climb up. Just climb up. That's all you got to do. Like, it's all right. So I ran into a guy the other day. Where were we at? I want to say it was the grocery store, or it was a grocery store, something like that. He was buying something, but he didn't have, I want to say he didn't have like $1.25 on the change. Okay. So what I did was I told him, hey, just put this all together. They gave me his cash because they wanted me to have it since I was parent. And I was like, okay, I grabbed that. I gave him that cash, gave him another 10, paid for everything. And I told him, like, bro, just please enjoy the rest of the day. Make sure you get you some more water. Like, just enjoy the day. That man turned around and told me and said, he he turned around and told me and said, you just saved my life. I was like, what you mean I just saved your life? All I did was just get you your stuff and put some money in your pocket and make sure you're okay. Like, that's just a human thing to do. Hey, I don't have it. I ain't got it like that. But he needed it more than I did. I felt like he needed it more than I did. And I had it in my pocket, so I helped him. And that man told me if he couldn't make it through the weekend, he was just going to end it all. End it all. That was God putting me in that position. Only God would put me in that position because he knows how I feel about men's mental health and going through stuff like that and suicide. He put me in a position to say, oh, you talk that talk. Let me see if you really do. Let me see if you that big dog you say you is. Let me see if you're really about that word and helping like you say you will. Without me even knowing ahead of time, it was just something in my spirit like, hey, man, like, just give him just help him out real quick. Just, and it saved the life. Simple, just communication skills are like, like, I just hope you get some water to take care of yourself the rest of the day. Hey, go ahead. You do what you got to do with that. I'm good. I was stoked. You feel me? I was just stoked to know that I was put in a position. I was tested. And I don't know if I passed the way I should have, but I think I did a good job at least. I think I did a good job at least. So I think every once in a while, even if it's just hey, you good, bro? Hey, you all right? You never know what could save a life, man. Just reach out and ask somebody if they cool. You know what I mean? Man to man. Like, we can do that, bro. It's not that difficult for us to do that with each other. We can do that for sure. Because again, that darkness that y'all talk about so much, that darkness we're in a lot that we see around, that darkness that's there, it don't last forever. I think we all know that. I think we know that every storm that you survived, every storm that we've ever survived, we made it through, right? Every storm you survived, you made it through. So what does that tell you? It ain't gonna last forever. It ain't. You just have to be willing to get through it and go through it. We all have to go through it to get through it. That's proof. Really, what that is, though, is proof of your resilience, proof of how resilient you are. And yeah, I may not, depending on how the word is used, I don't like the word resilient being used like, oh, how well you can take a punch. But I like it being used to say, no, it's just letting it be known that whatever comes your way, you're going to find a way to deal with it in a healthy way. I like that. I like that. You're resilient. You get up and you keep going. You keep trying. Here's how to stay grounded, though. You got to stay consistent. So you keep those small promises to yourself. Like every morning, I try to take at least a honey bun or something to eat along with I don't know if y'all know the ginseng honey teas. I'll take one of those as well with me to drink. And then I also take a couple bottles of water. Wherever my backpack is at, I'm sure there's another bottle of water on the side of it as we speak. You got to always cut off negativity. Stop being around those spaces that are making you feel bad or think that you are less than what you are. Get away from that kind of stuff. You got to do better and be better in that situation. Don't let nobody keep you down when they don't understand how great you can shine. Don't ever do that. Protect your energy from these people. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. Feed your mind. So surround yourself with growth, whether you're reading. I mean, I'm at my desk. I got a book right here. I'm reading this one, The Way of the Superior Man. That's one that's being read that I'm working on for sure, for sure. Of course, you can talk about the Bible all day long. I got that one and I'm working on reading again and reading through too, trying to understand that more. But always try to find something to feed your mind and be more productive to get your mental on a better path, a better state, Get back. Like, help others through their darkness. The one thing you need to know about resilience, it isn't about never breaking. It's about rebuilding stronger every time. It's about the fact that no matter what you think is breaking you, that resilience is going to build you up to become a better person. So where pretty soon it's get to a point where most of it won't even phase you. Negatively anyway. It'll get to the point where when it hits you, you're like, oh, I got a defense for that. Shield is up. I know what to do with you. I got you. You stay right there. Hold on 1 minute. 1 minute, please. I got you. That's typically what happens with that. You know what I mean? That's typically what goes on. You want to always rebuild yourself stronger in a healthier way. You don't want to become stronger by being in a negative light doing so, because then when you finally realize that negative foundation you've been building on breaks, you got to start from the ground up anyway. Might as well do it the right way the first time. Might as well do it the right way the first time. That way you got to go back and worry about redoing something you've already done, Like my favorite movie, Cars, Disney, when Lightning McQueen, he messed up the road, so he tried to rush through painting it, did a horrible job. Guess what? He had to start over, scrape everything up, start from scratch and start again, and he was even more late back to the big race he was supposed to go to. All because he didn't take his time the first time to get it done. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Just do what you have to do in the right way, in a healthy way. Build yourself up, build that foundation of strength, so that way you can know that I will make it through anything that comes my way. I know I can because I've done it so many times before. I'm telling you. Recognize those and always celebrate those small wins. I don't care what you say. Those small wins are always going to come in handy. You need to celebrate those every single chance you get. I kid you not. So I want you all to kind of reflect in a little way with this situation. That being like, what's one thing that I can do differently to protect my mental health this week? Like me, the one that I'm working on this week is to protect my mental health is stop taking everything so personal. And what I mean by that is when I'm doing something serious, I turn off the playful mode, so I think like everything is just professional mode. And I have to learn to stop doing that with everything, because it's a challenge. But I'm starting it. I'm not saying I've gotten a tiny bit better this week with it, but I'm working on it. I am for sure. And maybe for you, that could be calling a friend, taking a break, forgiving yourself. Please understand that you are allowed to make mistakes. So when I say forgiving yourself, when you make a mistake, stop beating yourself up over it and just be like, you know what? I'll take that one to the chin. I'll do better next time. Call it a day. Forgive yourself and move on. Don't forget the mistake you made, because then you'll be able to learn from it. Right? You'll be able to learn from that. You'll make that lesson. Dark times don't define you, my guy. They do not. Dark times do not define you at all. They refine you. That's all they do. They teach you who you are and how to rise again. They teach you how to become a better person, a better individual. So dark times aren't really going to, in all fairness, consider your dark time like you are a butterfly in a cocoon, and you are just waiting to hatch out of it to be beautifully shown to the world. That's exactly what these dark times are for you to grow and come out so much better than you were while you were in that shell. In that time, in that cocoon, you were growing, you were learning, you were doing things to be productive. That's what it means by that. So those dark times, you just got to realize that once you come out of them, learn from them, go through them, get through them. Deal with them in the healthiest way possible. Take your time. And most of all, stop feeling like you can't express yourself. Stop feeling like that. Sorry, it doesn't get anywhere. Doesn't get anywhere at all. But, to most people, they don't really want to hear it. Some people, it's not that I want you to hear it. I want you to understand that we care. People care in this world. I wouldn't be here week in, week out, talking to y'all about it if I didn't care. I wouldn't plan out topics I want to talk about day in and day out if I didn't care about this, if I didn't think that we could change this and it can be better for us in the future. I think that we are in a position where right now more than ever, this is the perfect time to try to grasp a hold of your mental stability and do what you can to take care of it. These dark times are just that, dark times. But learn from them, grow through them as you go through them. Deal with your emotions, deal with the way you approach things, and understand that you too will come through it. This too shall pass. It really will. Not feeling like you can really lean on that and deal with that, that's enough of that. We can. We got so many resources to be available to help us through this that I refuse to let anybody tell me that it's not possible, because even the word impossible itself says I'm possible. I know y'all hate my smart mouth, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm just being real. It's one way or another, we're going to have to wake up and realize that it's time, fellas. It's time to go ahead and take care of it and get it under control. I'm just being real. I'm raising 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls. You think I want them boys feeling like they got to hold everything in? You think I want them feeling like I'm feeling growing up? I want them to understand if they got to go through what I'm going through growing up, that they know which way and which options to take to get that taken care of and get it done. That's it. That's what I really want them to know. Of course, y'all know this has been, Talk is Cheap on Hot 702.5 FM. I'm your host, Juss Quanni. You are stronger than your storm. You might be in the dark right now, but that's just a setup for your comeback. Keep your faith strong, your circle tight, and your mind protected. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot 702.5fm.com.